Hello, Dr. Kimball and class. My name is Crystal Ballheis, and this is my initial video post for Week 1 discussion boards. Since the first sin led to the separation from man and God, we have been living abnormally from what God intended. In the early days of the mental health field, many viewed mental disturbances as a punishment from a deity, whether it be the Christian God or the Greek gods. Our text by Kring and Johnson, 2018, tells us that Hippocrates was the first to suggest that mental illness, like a cold, could and should be treated. The onset of the era known as the Dark Ages led to the Church taking a heavier hand in the healthcare field. Thankfully, we have moved away from the idea that illness is connected solely to a spiritual issue. A modern-day Christian worldview would suggest that while the mental health issues lie within the mind, healing can be achieved through the Lord, thus achieving balance. Mark 2:17 states, "On hearing this, Jesus told them, 'It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners.'" God designed everyone differently with intention. The way we grow into ourselves is where the gift of free will comes into play. What may be considered an abnormality in one setting may be considered perfectly normal in another. In the video lecture, Dr. Dumont shares the importance of determining a client's appropriate diagnosis and how it is reached, and what the implications of it can be. Not only does this give us the ability to treat them properly, but it also provides them with an answer. Sometimes having the ability to name the ailment can give the client peace of mind after handling symptoms with a seemingly unknown cause. When providing a client with a diagnosis, biblical principle would call us to do so without judgment, as this is not our place. According to the lecture by Dr. Dumont, the secular view of abnormality would be classified as a clinical difference in what is considered normal behavior for the environment. The secular view tells us to approach the client's issues from the strict guidelines of the DSM. We would work from within the confines of the subjective perspective offered from the client's experiences and the objective observations we make as clinicians. This would differ from counseling from a Christian worldview with an allies model of integration described by Entwistle 2015, only in that a counselor counseling from a Christian worldview would do so as well, would seek answers through prayer as well as biblical principle and science.